Are you looking to improve your marketing skills but aren't quite sure where to get started? You are in the right place. Hi, I'm Amy Walker and thanks for watching my channel. This is the CEO Spot. This is your place to be for all the tips that you need to be able to grow your business and maintain life balance. And today we are talking about how to get started improving your marketing skills. I'm going to do 3 things on this video today. One, I'm going to share with you that I did not know anything about marketing when I got started and how that journey went for me. Then I'm going to give you my 6 areas that you need to address in order to improve your marketing skills. And along the way, I'm also going to share with you some of my favorite marketing strategies that will help you kill it this year in your marketing plan. If you haven't done it yet, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so that you can get notified every time new content comes out. So marketing really intimidated me when I first launched Amy Walker Consulting. In fact, it was one of those areas that I just felt incompetent in. I really didn't feel like I knew what I was doing. I hadn't had a lot of experience in this. And I remember going to a business retreat and there was all these people there, entrepreneurs, and I remember looking around the room and having this feeling of inadequacy because I didn't understand marketing. But here was the crazy part about this. I actually at the time was making more money and had more traction going on than most of those people in the room. I think there's probably 1 or 2 that were about where I was at. But I didn't understand that some of the things that I was doing naturally, intuitively, were actually marketing. And they didn't have strategy and structure behind them. So when I learned the marketing strategy and structure and I paired it with the things that I was kind of already naturally doing, it was really awesome for my business. It caused us to have massive growth in a short period of time. And for me to, kind of step, and I was in transition from what I had been doing into Amy Walker Consulting, and it really allowed us to launch with a bang our first year. So I'm sharing this with you because I want you to understand that it's okay to feel a little bit intimidated by marketing. It's not as hard as you want to think it is, and you can absolutely do this and create great results in your business. And marketing is going to feed you your ideal clients over and over and over again. So you always have leads, you always have people to work with. Okay, let's jump into our 6 steps. Here's the number 1 mistake that I see people make when they are starting to improve their marketing skills. They go straight to step number 6. Spoiler, step number 6 is take a course. They go straight there and they say, I'm going to learn Facebook ads, or I'm going to learn Instagram, or I'm going to learn YouTube marketing. So they jump straight into a course, and it is the last step. That's the biggest mistake that you can make, so let's not do that. So let's start with tip number 1. The first thing that you need to do is know your client. Like, you need to know your client. You need to understand exactly who they are. You need to understand their demographic information. How much money do they make? How old are they? Where do they live? What's their occupation? What size of company do they own? How many employees do they have? Like, you need to know all of that type of stuff. And you need to know the psychology of them. What are their dreams, desires, things that they want? What are their doubts? What are their fears? What keeps them awake at night? You need to know who else they're following on social media. You need to know what platforms they're on. You need to know what their interests are. You need to know how they spend their money outside of their business. You need to know who else they're subscribed to. You need a lot of information about who the ideal client is. You need to know what conferences they attend. I mean, there's so much information here. We should probably make a whole video just on this, but I want you to understand that you can't successfully market to a client that is undefined. And I know this is hard for people because sometimes you have a product that serves a vast group of people, but you can't market to a vast group of people and have it be effective. So you got to get really, really crystal clear. Who is your client? Tip number 2, understand that it takes 5 things to make a marketing campaign work. I have made a video on this already and I'll link it if you want to go check out and learn more about this, but it takes 5 things to make any marketing campaign work. You've got to have the right marketing materials. That means the banners, the business cards, the landing page, the swipe copy, the graphics that you're going to do on social media. Your marketing materials have to be tight. Number 2, visibility strategy. How will people see it? How will they know what's going on? And it takes a lot of eyeballs to make that work. Number 3, you've got to have a strategy to collect the leads, the names, the emails, the phone numbers, whether that's a landing page, a text opt-in, or an old school piece of paper, you need those leads. 4th thing we've got to look at is how are we going to build a relationship with them? Are we going to be running messenger bots? Are we going to be doing email marketing? Is it going to be content through our YouTube channel that we're going to use to establish that relationship? So how will we build that? And then last, how are we going to invite them to have a sales experience with us? The number 2 reason I see people struggle with their marketing is this right here, because they're missing something. So they're running Facebook ads, but they don't have a way to nurture and build relationships with people. Or they're doing YouTube and they've got all these followers on YouTube, but they don't have an opt-in. There's no way for them to capture names, emails, and phone numbers. There's no product funnel to bring them through. So it's a lot of people putting a lot of effort out there without understanding basic marketing strategy. So the pieces of the puzzle, but the puzzle's not fitting together. And so it's just not working the way that you want it to. Tip number 3, get a marketing budget. I don't care if your budget is big or small. I care that you have a budget and that you are clear on where you're going to allocate it and that you're tracking if it's working for you. A lot of people go into their marketing and they don't have money for a budget, but they spend a little here and they spend a little there. And when you add it all up over, they're trying to do all the cheap things, which is not really effective. And if they had actually just gone in with a budget, they probably could have spent on something that would be more effective. So get a marketing budget in place, know what it is, so that you know what you can say yes to and what you got to say no to. Tip number 4, understand your marketing metrics. Guys, this is important. I have made this mistake myself where I jumped into Facebook ads and I started driving traffic to something that I didn't even understand if it was converting. So if you have something that's not converting and you put a lot of traffic through it, you just spend a lot of money on leads that are not going to convert. And there are a lot of business owners who don't understand their metrics. They don't understand what a cost per click means, or they don't understand how much they can afford to spend to acquire a new client. There's some key marketing metrics that you need to understand before you jump into 1 or 2 or 3 different strategies to really bring people your way. Now that you've got that information in place, it's time to go to the greatest source of free marketing training out there. And this is tip number 5, YouTube. There are a lot of great strategies on YouTube, and you, I think, should dig into some different ideas and marketing strategies and marketing experts before you select what you want to do. So for example, in 2019, I adopted 2 new platforms, YouTube and Instagram. And I wasn't sure which one I really wanted to do, which one would be the best fit for me, but I knew I needed to expand. And so I started out on YouTube. I started out, researching and watching other experts' videos and their trainings and getting tips and getting familiar. I dabbled in both arenas and I discovered I like YouTube better. And so then I moved on to step number 6, which is I took a course that taught me more specific things about keyword research and about YouTube's analytics and how to really utilize the channel. And once I understood the platform a little bit better, then we started getting better performance on our channel. Now, I know my channel is still small, but it is growing and it is producing leads for our business and it is producing sales conversations and clients. So even if you don't have a humongous following, if you've got the right strategy in place, you can win. But here's my big but rule of the day. Don't just go sign up for a course when you haven't done all of the other work and you don't even understand where your business is at. So I know that it's super sexy to want to just pick a new strategy or pick a new course or pick a new class to take or find a new expert and say, I'm going to do exactly what they tell me to do. But the problem is if you don't know who you're trying to attract and you don't know how much you can afford to spend on a client, it's all very risky. And you're just hoping that it works out. So do your work first. Now, I told you that I would share with you a couple of strategies that I love that I feel like are easy to master for people who are developing their marketing skills. So let's jump into that. Number one is I love speaking opportunities. I think most people can put together a presentation, find a group, whether it's a meetup or it's a sales team or it's a group of, moms of toddlers. But I think everybody can find a way to go and speak live to their ideal client. And that is usually very inexpensive to free. Sometimes you have to bring in cookies because you're sponsoring like the realtor's meeting or something. But if you'll put together a great info presentation, find some places to go and speak to, that is a great way to start lead generating with, low marketing skills. Pretty much anybody can do that with just a little bit of legwork and hustle. The second strategy that I love is interviewing your ideal client for something like a YouTube channel or a podcast or a blog that you write. People like to be interviewed. So if you find your ideal client and you reach out and ask them if you can interview them, they will likely say yes. And that allows you to create good content that then you can share with other people that are also your ideal client that will go, oh wow, they're doing some pretty cool things with people in my niche. And then you have created a relationship that now you can follow up with that person. I think it's a really easy, simple way to get new leads into your business. Last one is less easy, but it is very budget friendly, and I will give you the step-by-step guideline for how you can do this, which is hosting expert summits. This is something that I have done since the very beginning of my business. I took 1 year off of running expert summits because I thought, oh, these are a little played out. I don't know if I want to keep doing this, and I'm telling you, it was by far the worst year of our marketing. So I love expert summits. It's where you bring together a bunch of experts on a central topic. You all promote this. You can do a teleconference summit. You can do a video summit. I do a live summit and then I repurpose the videos for YouTube content and put them all into a playlist together. But I love, love, love this strategy, and it has produced, my most recent summit just produced like 1,065 leads, something like that, in a matter of a couple weeks, and I didn't pay for any advertising at all. It just was paid for in time and effort and relationship building. So I think that is a great strategy, and if you are interested in learning the step-by-step guideline, I actually have a kit that I used to sell for $199 that you can get because you're subscribed to my channel for 25 bucks. If you're interested, go ahead and check it out. It gives you all of the templates, all of the timelines, and everything that you need to run a summit. So there you have it. All right, was this helpful for you? If so, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Tell me what's your biggest takeaway. And if you haven't done it yet, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. We love creating content for you. Hit that like button so that YouTube likes us in the algorithms, and share this with anyone in your community that you think could benefit from some improvements in their marketing. If you'd like to join a community of like-minded entrepreneurs, head on over to our private Facebook group, the CEO Spot, and you can connect with other like-minded business owners, ask questions, and just share additional resources there. All right, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I am excited for you to rock your marketing plan.